I gotta make sure that
My brother, are we live? Are we live?
Yeah, I believe so. Let me just make sure that say something.
Are we live? My
Oh,
ComicsGate brother. Are you a ComicsGate brother to
yes,
me?
I am your ComicsGate brother, and you are
Ah,
mine.
yeah.
And I think yes, the
Okay,
audio's.
so you watched John Dillard tonight? He went on War Campaign.
Yeah, I saw he
Oh,
was on. I'm gonna
yeah.
watch it later, but I couldn't watch. I find it difficult to watch War Campaign.
Live? Why?
I
Well,
just
well, I didn't watch it live because I was at work. But after work, I watched the first half of it. Why can't you watch War Campaign live?
I don't know. It's just cringy. I just find it
No, it's a
cringy.
lot of fun. You gotta like super chat and talk to him.
Mm,
Not even super chat. Not
well,
even just chat in general. Just talk to him.
yeah.
Oh, it's so much fun.
I'll have to. I'll definitely watch it later, the one from tonight. But tell me about it.
John Dillard came on. Well, I only watched the first half, and he talked about his comic book, and they were all friendly with him,
Okay.
as they do. Well, I only watched.
Sorry, I was flipping over to YouTube. So they were friendly with him. What was said that you saw?
Well, John Dillard is clearly ComicsGate, so it's not like there's any hostility. They just sit there and it was their first live stream where they ever had super chats, and they sat there in the first 10 minutes. So they sat there and went, "Ooh, I got a $10 super chat from this guy, $5 super chat from this guy, $2 super chat from this guy." I
So
plan
they didn't.
going.
They never been monetized before.
No, no, they could have been, but they never have been.
Hmm. Interesting.
Next one they go on, I'm gonna give them $500.
Oh my God. When are you gonna give me $500?
Never. You better put a great ass comic book with great art,
Oh,
and then I'll give you a
I don't do comic books, unfortunately.
what? Okay, so you're just like a random guy who does video games.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm random. I'm as random as anyone else, but yeah, I'm a video game developer and software developer.
So are you an Ethan Van Sciver fan, and why?
Oh yeah. Well, I actually didn't know who he was until Zach.
I knew he was in 2004. You
I
didn't know who he was?
No, I didn't know comic book pros at all. At least not modern ones. Contemporary ones. But
Are you learning a bit
oh
about
yeah,
comic book art? Do you
absolutely.
know? Okay, here's the craziest thing. So this guy Ethan Van Sciver comes out, and he's a
Mm-hmm.
god tier comic book artist.
Well, yeah. I mean, I figured that out. Basically, I learned
And
about him
and
through
then he
Zach.
does
So
what
yeah,
he does. What he does. He goes. He
of course.
allies with Zach. He quits DC and he makes his own comic book.
Yeah.
The god tier comic book artist.
Hmm. Amazing.
Well, it means something to me because, like, I'm sitting here in my bedroom, and I got a gigantic American flag, and then I got a bunch of comic book artists, like original art, on my back wall.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna show this on the stream. I'm put up my camera. Ready?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Here we go, boys. Okay.
Smaller.
You see it?
Uh. Oh yeah. Let me minimize this.
It's the American flag. Well, it's minimized on my end.
Yeah. No, I see it.
Okay, there we go. Minimized on my end. Here we go. And then I go in, and I have a bookshelf here. Here's what I got. This the spinner rack here is only ComicsGate books,
Oh, cool.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, and it doesn't have Jawbreakers on it, but I have Jawbreakers upstairs.
Nice. Nice. That's cool. Yeah, I just hadn't been a very big comic book fan since college. And
What's called how old are you? What's college?
I'm 41.
That's right. We
So,
talked about that. You're divorced, you got kids.
yeah, yeah. So, you know, I was more familiar with them back then, but that was like 20 years ago. And of course, I know the big names, but yeah. Now I've become familiar with them, of course. I mean, I'm very familiar with them now. Hey, hail Raven. How's it going?
You
Raven's
got
in the
Raven
chat.
in the chat?
Mm-hmm.
Let me get the chat up.
Let me do this real quick. I forgot to change my announcement tweet, but I'll do that. If I can get the link.
Hell Raven.
Hail Raven. Yeah, let me copy this over. There we go. Sorry, I kind of have a lot of little things that I have to do before I stream.
You've been playing a lot of Zelda games lately, right?
Yeah, lately.
What do you?
I'm already sub to you, Raven.
My Zelda games are. I played original Zelda, and I massively played Zelda 2.
Mm-hmm.
What's the game called? Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link.
Yeah, Adventure of Link.
Where they had the side scroller shit.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like that?
It was okay. I mean, that was the only one that they did like that, and I think they were just sort of experimenting. Obviously, that they didn't have a big, long history of Zelda games to that point.
Yeah, they were experimenting.
Yeah,
but
didn't.
Okay. So I played Zelda 1, 2, and 64, and Zelda 2 is my favorite Zelda game.
Really?
Everyone else hates it. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. I don't hate it. Yeah, I feel like I'm one of the few that doesn't hate Zelda 2. But you didn't play Link to the Past?
I beat Link to the Past. Correct.
Oh, you did play that. Okay. And then Ocarina of Time was the first 3D one.
Ocarina of Time as well. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
But I thought Zelda 2 was super cool. And Link to the Past was the overhead thing that was very good.
Yeah, it was kind of like the sort of the refinement of Zelda 1. They just kind of went back to formula and made it better.
So I also have on the Wii the one where he's Dark Link. What's that called? I have Wind Waker, and I have the one with Dark Link on the Wii.
The one with Dark Link, Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess. I have Twilight Princess, and I have Wind Waker on the Wii.
Yeah.
And I never beat those games, but I beat all the ones before it.
Hey, Nevercold's here too. How's it going?
Nevercold loves. I like Nevercold. He's my brother.
I know. I haven't seen him in a while. Been busy or something?
I'm sure he's a cool dude, but I'm struggling to pull up our chat. I'm gonna try to pull up our chat.
Or just look at the look at the stream. I have it on the screen. Hey, Eagle. Hail Raven. How's it going? Should I put the John Dillard has been putting the link to these in the chat. He's not dead. That's good. Think I should do that? Let's see. Why not? I don't mind people coming in. I'll put it on the YouTube chat. Who knows what people are up to other places. Working and struggling. Man, I hear ya. So, if anyone wants to... Oops. That's not right. Let me...
Okay, Marsupial Gamer.
Yeah.
May I ask, okay, it's almost 2 years. Almost 2 years that Ethan Van Sciver has been talking.
Yeah.
How much money in those 2 years have you put into him?
Into him specifically?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, like
Well,
including super
are you putting
chats?
money into other people?
Like including super chats or just his project?
Well, into super chats.
Oh God, I don't even know. I only bought one copy of Cyberfrog. Uh,
I put in two.
I got three copies of uh, what's it called, Jawbreakers. But
Oh, how'd you go into Jawbreakers?
how did I get it? Like that was my introduction. I mean, I started watching Zach. I think I talked about this last time. I
Well, whatever. I was pretty drunk.
That's all right. I started watching Zach. I probably was watching Comics Explained or something, and just happened
Yeah.
to see a link, like it was a recommended link. YouTube did it to diversity in comics, which of course caught my interest because I'm a bit political, and of course the word diversity got me interested. I think I figured out. I guessed before I clicked it that it was going to be um, critical of current year. So yeah, got into that, and that's how I got into ComicsGate, was watching him. And I mentioned last time the whole
Were
America
you ever
Chavez.
were
Hmm?
you ever a comic book guy before Zach?
Just back in college, I used to get Spider-Man religiously, but that was about it.
You were in college, in high school, not in junior high, not as a kid. You were just in
Yeah,
college. You became a comic book guy.
yeah. I mean, I was interested in it. I obviously followed. I knew the stories, and I guess I must have read a few in when I was a kid.
What do you
But
mean you knew the stories? Do you know
well, I
who?
mean, I watched like the '90s cartoons and stuff like that. I loved watching X-Men, and um, I think was there a Spider-Man cartoon? And no,
Yeah, there
probably,
was hard in the '90s. Oh yeah,
yeah. And of course, in the '80s, I watched Super Friends or whatever it was called. Well, Super Friends was the DC one, but
that's the '70s cartoon.
was it
Oh yeah,
the one with? Okay, that was the one with Firestar.
Aquaman. Yeah,
Well, what was okay? Maybe it was Spider-Man and his amazing friend, something like that. Anyway,
that
yeah,
was
and
also '70s. That's insane.
yeah, I watched all that as a kid, and then glad to hear Raven. Raven's not on here. oh, oh,
I
oh,
almost
it's glad to hear Raven.
I'm
I
trying
got
to
you.
make this chat on my screen. I almost have it, and the last thing I have is me going, I'm pretty good.
So, oh, thanks, Nevercold. See, Nevercold, you've not been around. I changed it.
No, Never Cold's my biggest fan. I love Never Cold.
No, I love him too. I don't know. Like a week ago, I was. What was it? I guess because I. No, it was after you and I talked. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's your fault. I should thank you
yeah,
actually.
yeah.
So yeah, it was after we had a chat last week. Um,
Well,
John Dillard was.
you gotta realize I was 10 times as drunk as shit, and like Cherry was like, "Oh fuck this guy," and he put something on Twitter. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, well. Anyway, yeah. So after that stream, John Dillard made that for me. So that was pretty
He
cool.
made what for you?
My icon, my new avatar.
Oh, he made my icon too.
Yeah,
My watermelon platypus.
yeah,
John
yeah,
Dillard made this. I love it.
yeah. It was awesome. So that was cool, and yeah, I put it everywhere. I I multi-stream to like stream.me and um, everywhere. I updated my Twitter icon and everything. So yeah, even showed it to my girlfriend. She liked it. I'm updating the tags in this video. So, did you want to talk about? Yeah, you tweeted something, and I thought it was brilliant, so I retweeted it. So I don't know if you wanted to talk about anything. What did you see any of John Dillard's stuff on War Campaign tonight? You still there? Hello? I lost you. Oh, Never Cold got the Stream Me notification. I can't hear you. Let me see. Are you muted? I don't know. Well, if you can hear me, I cannot hear you, unfortunately. So maybe drop off and come back on if something's wrong. Oh, can you hear me now? Completely lost audio, it looks like. Hold on. Oops. I see you pointing at your head. But you're not muted. So I guess something went wrong with your earphones. Someone else come on then. I wonder if you drop off the Hangout and come back in or something. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Platypus, come back. So anyway, yeah. So I got into ComicsGate through Zach, totally. And I think I watched a few of his before the sort of America Chavez stuff blew up, but you coming in? I don't know. Anyone else who wants to, I put the link in the chat. Let me see here. But tonight, Watermelon Platypus tweeted, oh, are you back? You tweeted, "Dear Anti-ComicsGate, please voice loud and clear to your friends to stop trying to kill us by cop. Explain that we aren't actual Nazis, white supremacists, or alt-right looking at you bleeding cool and CBR, and explain how you just made that shit up because of politics. Thanks." So, I liked it. I didn't retweet it, but I try to keep certain blatantly well, I try to keep the word Nazi out of my feed as much as possible, but I did like it, and no, I did retweet it. Yes, I did actually. So never mind. Talk about all your STDs. I don't know about that. Don't have any that I know of. Oh, I see you struggling. I don't know what's wrong with your microphone. So anyway, yes, I never planned to get into comics. Be a short story because I have none. Never planned to get into comics all that much. You don't hear me, but I'm here. Yeah. What happened? What happened to your microphone? It's very strange. Let me finish updating my tags here. AnimeGate, games, video games. There we go. I figured it out. Hangout. Okay. So he's going to get that fixed. And in the meantime, let's take a look. Make sure I'm still live. Okay, good. All right. Same Never Cold. So where have you been, Never Cold? Been busy? I guess you said you were working and stressing out and stuff like that. Icons can have speech bubbles. Apparently. That's interesting. How do I... Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, it's actually showing up. The reason those are showing up is because of the way I have this set up. Oh, that's something I need to fix. I'm actually streaming. Most people stream using Google Hangouts. Hold on one second. Alone. And the way I do it with OBS, it actually shows the group chat. So that could be problematic because it actually shows. Normally, people only see sort of the what do you call it? Okay. Normally people only see sort of the I guess audience facing version, but y'all are sort of seeing the background version, so interesting. Well, be careful what you say in group chat, like, you know, if you want to say that you love Starfire or something like that, probably not a good idea. Oh, I'm sorry, did I say problematic? Didn't mean to say that. Well, I'll figure that out. Problem is, I really want to do multi-streams. I guess maybe in the future, if I do these, maybe I'll just do Hangouts, just because that makes it simpler. Hurry up and fix it. You want me to fix that now? See, I'll have to think about it, because the only way I can think to fix that issue would basically be to make the screen bigger or move it, but then you wouldn't be able to see who's on. So if I do this, let me see. Yeah. And theoretically, let me try. Let me see what happens then. But see, you're still going to see that if I go to the group chat. Let's see, testing. That could be kind of an issue. Well, in the future I may only do, yeah, so you can still see that. Well, at least when I do it. But at least you didn't see. Oh well. Not going to worry about it. We'll figure it out later. You back? Are you fixed? I see your spinner rack. There you are. Still no sound. He's a rich white guy. He should be smart enough to fix it already. Well, I know there's multiple ways to fix it, but I think ultimately I will just have to not, when I do live streams like this where we're just talking, probably just not do the restream stuff. Because the only way to do that would be to, the only way to do it properly, I think, would be to do it like Nick Rekieta does, where he has all kinds of stuff all over the screen, kind of covering up all of the crazy stuff, or sort of the back end stuff. But I'm not going to worry about it for now. I think we're good. Although this could stand to be a little bit higher up. No, actually, I guess it'll be a little low. I don't know. Well, I'll keep watching it. See if he comes back on. Yeah, I might have to do that. That might be the only way to do it, I think. So, anyway, so yeah, some crazy stuff happened. Some crazy shit. Let's see. I guess, was it Friday or Thursday? If anyone hasn't been following what's been going on, Edwin Boyette got swatted, and he was on Ethan Van Sciver's live stream. Whatever day it happened, I feel like it was Thursday or Friday. Y'all have to remind me, but yeah, that was really messed up. And it's the second swatting of a ComicsGate. Well, the first one wasn't of a ComicsGate person, but it was a person perceived as ComicsGate. It was the owner of Alterna Comics, Peter Simeti, who has on multiple occasions said that he is not ComicsGate. He is a businessman trying to sell comic books. And his big sin was that he actually, he actually thanks his customers Imagine that. So he thanks all customers. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about politics, at least not as far as his business is concerned. As far as he's concerned, Alterna Comics are for everybody. I thought I heard you. You back? No. I thought I heard a click or something. That is so strange. Maybe reboot your computer, man. Yeah. So, absolutely, Peter Simeti's so nice, and he has said over and over, but you know what? It doesn't matter. That's the sad thing, and people complain that, people are, claiming that he's ComicsGate or what have you, but it's not us. It's not our side claiming that. It's their side that is declaring that he is officially ComicsGate when he has said over and over again that he's not. Oh yeah, no problem. Never cold. So yeah, he got doxxed. I guess it was 13 days ago now, and then Edwin Boyette. Was it yesterday? No, couldn't have been. Someone let me know when that was. Actually, if I go to my notifications, I bet you he can, let's see. So February 20, oh wow. So Edwin was actually Saturday morning, the 24th. So yeah, 11 days after Peter Simeti. So Edwin Boyette, for anyone who doesn't know, so I got to remember that there could be people watching this who have no idea what I'm talking about. Edwin Boyette is definitely a part of ComicsGate. He is not a pro. He's not a comic book pro. He's in construction, I believe, but he comes out constantly and preaches peace and love and tolerance, and yet also, stands up for what he believes in, which is, certainly conservative politics. But he's never, ever, ever said that he wanted anyone hurt or doxxed or anything like that. And he's always the first one to preach, love and understanding and dialogue and all of that kind of stuff. And I think because he is among the most reasonable of those, not that people are unreasonable, but he's certainly one of the nicest people in ComicsGate. They probably saw him as a soft target, which, who says, huh? Probably saw him as a soft target, which of course is wrong. I mean, he is, I believe he's former military. He did exactly what came naturally. He stayed calm, did not get hurt. His wife didn't get hurt. And yeah, pretty much all of ComicsGate was enraged by the fact that that essentially the nicest person in ComicsGate was raided by the police off of a false call to the police saying that he had killed his wife, I believe, and was going to kill himself, something like that. He'd be a hard target. So yeah, and of course, the normal reaction to that, my reaction was, we all know who did it. I mean, we don't know exactly who did it, but we know which side did it. And just going out there and saying that, of course, the reaction to that reaction was, you don't know, it could be a false flag, could have been ComicsGaters doing it. I'm like, no, that's bullshit. There's no way. There's just no way. I don't know what happened to Watermelon Platypus. Something happened to his microphone, unfortunately. Hopefully he's rebooting his computer or something. But if y'all want to get in, I believe I posted the link in the chat. Otherwise, I'm just talking to myself. And if I'm talking to myself, I might as well be playing a game or something. This will be the second just talking or ComicsGate related live stream that I've done. I would die because I'm black. That's funny. Hold on, I'm here. All right. I mean, I can leave this up and switch over to some Zelda or something. But at any rate, I definitely got interested in ComicsGate and backed Cyberfrog as well as Jawbreakers and a couple others to a lesser degree. I'm very interested in oh, that's interesting that my mouse is showing. Hold on one second. I think I can actually fix that. Where is that? Can I change that so that it doesn't capture? There we go. All right, cool. And I'm a programmer. I've owned a software company for, well, actually a couple of different software companies for the last 16 years now, and started a game company back in 2015, so it's about 4 years now. And I think I've talked about this before, that I'm very interested in doing some comic book based video games, and I'm working on some proposals as well as working on a digital distribution app specifically for indie comics. And I think we came up with the incredibly clever name. Who was it that came up with this? It was probably, was it Watermelon or Platypus? Of Comics Gateway. So yeah, I should start all my videos. 16-year veteran of the, well, no, I'm more than that actually. I've owned a company for 16 years, but I've been programming for, I guess I could legitimately say, well, let me think. If we talk about professionally, I guess 21 years. So since I was 20. Yeah. I'll say 22 years. So my computer is broken. I'm working on logging in. Use your phone or something. You can always use your phone. Is that what you are, Raven? 24-year veteran of the Virgin Life? Yes. You can drink alcohol. But yeah, I'll say 22 years. I'll say 22 years I've been professionally programming, although I guess more recently in my software companies I haven't been doing well, but yeah, I mean, I switched over to game programming, and as far as professional software, I mostly just tell people what to do. So I have employees who do most of the professional programming on that side, and yeah, I'm working on a distribution app. If anybody, yeah, I don't know if Platypus is going to get on a phone or fix his computer or what. Don't laugh at me. I choose to be like this. Okay, so basically what Raven's saying is he's not an incel. He's a volcel. Voluntarily celibate. Very nice. What kind of computer? I have no idea. I assume that he is on a PC of some sort. I don't know. I actually, so I started to get interested in streaming. Tried it out a bit on my Mac. I have a MacBook Pro, which I use for programming, because you have to if you're going to program. If you're going to program for iOS, you have to use a Mac. There's really no other way to compile. You can. Oh, you're definitely an incel. But I thought you said you chose to be like this. You can compile for Android and Windows on a PC or Mac, but if you want to compile for either Mac apps or games or iOS, you have to have a Mac. So I switched over to Mac when I started the game company and really didn't have a decent PC. So when I started to get into live streaming, I actually bought a Dell, so I have a PC again, once again. The drink of choice tonight, let me see. Oh, I've got it. Let me see if I can actually Here, I will put Hangouts. No, I'm gonna put, since I can't seem to get Hangouts to play nicely with my webcam, I will put on this source, add source. We're going to do webcam, and for now I'm just going to put it on the screen. Actually, yeah, we'll do chroma cam, and where'd it go? Oh, that worked perfectly, didn't it? Why did it do that? Damn you! Wait a minute. So what happens if I switch to this? Well, yes, Boomer, I'm aware. Why did it do that? Let's see here. Display capture, window capture. Well, let's switch to programmer. Yes, I'm a programmer. I make the things. I don't use the things. I could switch to my, let's see. I could switch to this. Oh, there we go. Isn't that nice? You can see me now. Ooh, I have an idea. How about this? So this is my usual live stream. The usual way that I do live streams when I'm playing games. I'm gonna try this. I can put Hangouts, copy, and let's see, paste. I need to move it under everything. This is probably a terrible idea. Yeah, this isn't going to work. Anyway, this is my usual, oops. Yeah, forget that. So we're live with nothing. Live without a live stream, without a game playing. And why is this window not showing anything? Come on, refresh. There we go. Ah. Odd. Okay, well, I don't know exactly why or where Watermelon Platypus is, but here I am. Hi. How many cigarettes can you smoke at the same time? How many do you want me to? As many as you want. We'll switch back to that. Oh, he's coming in. Yes, I'm just vamping. So yeah, so we, my game company, actually, I think I mentioned some of this before. When I started out, basically started out buying a company that made a game engine, and we started out, we did a few basically white label projects. Did a little game for Disney. My business partner has worked for Disney and Sony. And we had a project for Wizards of the Coast that ended up kind of screwing up. Hey, hail Ryzie, how's it going? I'm kind of vamping right now because I'm waiting for Watermelon Platypus. His computer decided to blow up on him. And yeah, now I'm very, very interested in getting into the ComicsGate scene and helping these amazing artists put their ideas into a video game. And I'll tell you, over the years, I am a 22-year veteran of the software industry, and the most difficult thing to find has always been um, artists. It's been extremely. I used to live in Tennessee. It was extremely difficult to find artists, extremely expensive. We even wanted to do a small D&D based game actually several years ago. Hired an artist. He made basically one image of a kobold and ended up charging us so much that I was like, forget it, we can't do this. I mean, he basically killed the project with how much he charged, and he was like, "Oh, well, I can lower my rate for future art and stuff," and I'm like, "Dude, you blew our entire budget." One image, and you blew our entire budget, and it took him weeks and weeks to make this image of a kobold that was great, but now I'm like, damn, John Dillard could do just as good a job or better in a day, and charge us about maybe a 20th of what they charged us. So it was just really, really difficult to find artists. And now I know so many people. I know, I was like, oh, we could do this really cool 3D. It was going to be basically a 3D update to some of the old Gold Box games. So things like Pool of Radiance and Champions of Kryn and that sort of stuff. And we'd started programming it, and then the art just blew our entire budget. I mean, one piece of art, and we probably needed like 100. And we probably could have. If we had gotten somebody who could have done like, I don't know, 20 or 30 images like he had, then we would have been able to build it enough to show it to VCs or put it on Kickstarter. So at the time, Indiegogo wasn't nearly as big as it is now, and gotten funding for more. But the fact is, we had a small budget to begin with, and that was it. So now I'm excited, because now if we do something like that, we've got amazing artists all over the place. I wish that I had known about Doug TenNapel, because I must have lived less than a mile from him. When I was in Tennessee, I lived in Franklin, Tennessee, same place he does. And I wish I'd known about him. Of course, he probably also would have charged an arm and a leg, but I would imagine at least I could have gotten some names of some younger artists with, less experience but great talent. It might be a little bit cheaper, but now, luckily, I think we're in good shape. So whenever we need some art, I don't think we'll have any problem whatsoever. I'll be better than John Dillard at the end of the year. Is Shabby going to teach you how to draw, Raven? Is that how you're going to get those skills? 5 minutes, I'll take over my wife's computer. Well, what's happened to your computer? Can you get on a phone or something? I don't know if you can get on a Hangout. I would assume so, but I don't know. Anyone else? Never Cold. I've talked to you before. You don't want to get on? Talk about your STDs? Whatever. No, that's fine. You will teach Shabby. So yeah, in the meantime, I started out, I wanted to do live streams. I got this computer. I made a few videos, but I'm going to try to do some more videos like pre-recorded, but they take so much longer than I expected, and I'm sure once I get the hang of it, it'll go faster. But I did a couple of those, and then I did a couple of live streams with, God, I can never remember its name. John something or other. That just didn't feel comfortable to me, and that was all on me. That's alright, Never Cold, don't worry about it. And then I figured, I honestly have, at times, acute social anxiety, and yeah, it just became a bit too much to do it. The plan was to do it every day, and we got through 2 days, and I was like, I can't do this. I just can't. I was having anxiety attacks about it. So took a break from that, and then decided to do daily gaming streams, because that sort of is a relaxing pastime, and so being live was a lot less stressful for me, and so that's what I was doing. But ultimately, I'm going to be decreasing probably the game streams and increasing things like this if I could get somebody on to talk, or if I have a topic. See, that I would normally set out a topic to talk about. But damn, Platypus, you were like, get on live. I want to talk right now. I'm like, okay, that's your job to think of something to talk about then. So instead, we're just doing this, I guess. But, who knows? I could always, I'll tell you what. Let me make sure my sound's turned up. While I'm waiting, why don't we play Switch? Because why not? Let me see here. Where's my controller? Oh, here it is. So, yeah. Oh, the sound's going to be all weird, isn't it? Oh, damn it. I'm going to have to turn down the sound. Here's the other thing. When I do game streams, I have to start the game. Oh, what's happening? What's happening? Hold on. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I guess I'll do this. Sorry about that. My ex-ball and chain had anxiety, panic attacks, looked rough. I couldn't do anything to pull her out. She had to ride it through. That does sound sexual. So what do we want to do? You want to play something? Anything? Wait a minute, let me see. Oh, the sound might be working. Yeah. I'd say it got worse after I got a divorce, probably. But yeah, I guess I'll play this until Platypus. Play chess. I don't have chess. I'll turn this down a bit. There we go. Yeah, I would say mine are not that bad. Definitely. I definitely don't get dizzy. I guess I get tunnel vision. A bit. And by the way, whenever, let me check. The Hangout is still up. Yeah, so whenever you're ready, obviously there's no rush, Platypus. But whenever you're ready, oh, I'm going to move this over here actually, since I'm streaming, so that when I look over there, it doesn't look like I'm looking off to the side. But yeah, I definitely have some of those symptoms. Slightly less. I'm holding on. I'm good. Just take your time. And yeah, it's rough, and there's really not much you can do. I have some sort of calming techniques. I also have drugs. Drugs help. Definitely have drugs. WP. I don't know. Maybe he is. He just keeps saying, just cut back. I'm going to play some Breath of the Wild while waiting for either Watermelon Platypus or anyone else to come on and talk. Playing a boring game. You think it's boring, huh? I'm going to wait for a star, what is it called? A little star piece to come down for a second here. This sounds hipster, but you tried probiotics. No, I haven't. I have tried Adderall, which helps a lot. Drinking in gaming stream. Oh, someone asked what my drink of choice. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. I haven't actually, well, no, I have opened it. That would be Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Select. That's the good stuff. It's not Gentleman Jack. It's the good stuff. Oh, that does not show up. Well, let's see if I can do something about that. We'll just do that. There you go. Let's see. Yes, that is the drink of choice tonight. Some excellent whiskey. Oh, I should change my background since I'm playing a game now. I really think Watermelon Platypus might be trolling me now. Just kidding. He's trying. He's more of a boomer than I am. Hold on. There we go. We'll switch to Breath of the Wild. Take a shot. I don't have a cup around here, do I? I'd have to just drink it straight out of there. Let's see. Yeah, not exactly classy. They say your gut controls a lot of your emotions. Oh, regarding probiotics, well, I find that drugs also can control my emotions a bit. Oh man. Oh, I haven't had this. This is brand new. I haven't had this in a long time. It smells so good. It's fantastic. Oh. Man, that's good. 4 a.m. on a Monday morning. Ooh. Well, it's not emotions. To be honest, I mean, I guess anxiety could be seen as sort of an emotion. Good stuff. Oh, I know. I just don't have I'd have to go get a cup and then there'd be dead air. So if Watermelon ever shows up, I will go get. Ooh. Wow. Whew. Strong. Whoa. It's smooth going down, but then it's kind of like a burning aftertaste. Ooh. It's almost like Fireball. Whew. Wow. That is good stuff. Oh, did you hear the glugging? It wasn't. The glugging is just because of the. Yeah. It wasn't as much as it sounded like, to be perfectly honest. That may have sounded impressive, but. Oh, you're here? Are you? You're not. Okay. Okay, you're not in. You're not in the Hangout yet. Yeah, it's just glugging because of the neck, but it wasn't like, yeah, it wasn't as much as it sounded like. Yes, this is the fun part of the game. Mining for, what are they called? Star shards or whatever they're called. Star pieces. Oh, come on, since he's, well, feel free. Either that or somebody super chat. Oh, how did I miss that? Did I miss that? Somehow I missed that. Let me turn that up a bit. Wow, glad I looked around. A take boy? But yeah, I'll tell you though, my girlfriend introduced me to Adderall. Oh, I put it in the chat. Let me see. Are we actually going to get to hear and possibly even see the Raven, the Santa Raven? There you go. I mean, seriously, anyone can feel free. You could come talk about My Little Pony? Yeah, do it. Or tell me what to do in this game. Other than look around for star shards, or whatever they're called. Ryzie, go on and talk about kangaroos. You probably know more about kangaroos than I do. Believe it or not. I can try and come on, but I've been drinking. Well, clearly Watermelon Platypus has been drinking. Clearly. Hey, Elric. Hope you're feeling better. Are you? You're not. You're not on. Yeah, that's why it's good. Raven, you're not on. Liar. In fact, the chemical name for it, or scientific name, is amphetamine methamphetamine. So it's just as much meth with twice the amphetamine. Very nice stuff. But yeah, I need that actually. It's actually for not only for anxiety, but also for diagnosed ADD. Oh, there it is. No, where'd it go? That's mine. Star fragment. There we go. Oh, good. You're getting better? That's nice. That's very good. Where should I go? I need to find more shrines. Or I could go get my butt kicked in the... yeah, let's do that. Let's do the butt kicking. In a very challenging part. I still don't hear anyone, so I assume we're just gonna play games and drink some Jack Daniels. Unless anybody has a particular topic along the lines of ComicsGate or what's going on with anime. Oh, did anyone catch the Nick Rekieta, interviewing a random YouTuber who, or not YouTuber, a random Twitterer, who had a very, extremely helpful suggestion for poor Vic Mignogna. There we go. Yeah, that's somebody finally put in the correct link. Which was basically admit that you did everything that you're accused of, and beg for forgiveness. Yeah, random Twitter guy. Beg for forgiveness. And yeah, all will be forgiven. And wait 6 months, I believe. And all will be forgiven. And I think that that is just a terrible idea, as does every thinking person. Yeah, so Nick Rekieta, I guess, got into a bit of a spat or something on Twitter, and basically said, let's talk about it. And Nick doesn't really know what Vic is doing. I mean, he's not his attorney. He's not Vic's attorney.
I missed this part. I just got here.
Oh,
how's it going?
there you are.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hold on 1 second.
Who was Vic?
Oh, Vic. Oh, you don't know anything about that?
Not sure.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes a lot of stuff goes past my head.
Oh, that's all right. Hold on 1 second. Switch. I need to... You got on just when I can't get off of this game. So, how's it going, Ryzie?
Oh man, good. Yeah, I've had a couple of drinks, so if I get too drunk, just let me know.
Oh, no problem. I've had literally a couple drinks. The two that you
man,
watched.
those 2 shots. So I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
No, I didn't realize is that anyone could come on. So I was like, oh, I would have
Oh, yeah.
tried to jump on earlier. My
Absolutely.
computer has been messing up lately, so I wasn't sure if I'd come on and start roboting immediately. So I was like, oh, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, no
I was
problem.
like, best thing I can do is jump in and say, oh, did it, tried, but yeah, robot.
No, you sound great
yeah.
to me.
Sweet.
So here's the deal. So there's this new thing, I guess, called AnimeGate, or
I've
Weeb
heard
Wars.
some rumbles about that.
Yeah.
Weeb
Some
Wars. I haven't heard
Weeb
that
Wars.
title.
I think that's a bit of a joke, but so essentially what's happening is Vic is a voice actor. I know, you know who
yeah,
that is?
actually, I think I have heard something about it. He was Vegeta or something, or was it?
He was the what?
Maybe. Oh, I'm done, man. I'm gonna shut up and
Oh,
listen
okay.
because
Yeah,
I'm
so
dribbling.
Elric has it. So Vic is the guy who voices, I'm gonna butcher this,
Broly.
from Dragon
Broly.
Ball Super, yeah, and Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist. So, Broly.
Edward. Yeah, I know Edward too.
Yeah,
Fucking love
I
him.
know him from Star Trek Continues. So on YouTube they did like more.
I haven't seen much Star Trek.
Well, they did more like additional episodes of the original series, and he plays Captain Kirk.
Oh yeah.
And I think he wrote those too. So I thought it was great. I didn't really like him as Captain Kirk, but you know, I still like the episodes.
Story was good.
What's that? Sorry.
I was like, so you like the story? Like you didn't like him as the
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think that he quite matched the part, but you know what? He wrote it. I like the episodes, so yeah, I like the stories. So he could be Captain Kirk. That's all right. So yeah, I guess I don't know. Starting a few months ago, some people started coming out and accusing him of essentially nothing more than, not that it's not a serious thing when it's true, but like sexual harassment. Essentially, it was just being creepy, like hugging people that didn't want to be hugged and kissing them on the cheek and stuff.
That's what I had heard about. Yeah, because
Yeah.
he was like, yeah, it was just literally like hand on the hip and stuff like that.
Yeah, and frankly, being a bit of a dog. I mean, you know, he went out with a lot of women, probably slept with a lot of women. Like, okay, but all with their consent. Nobody has
Yeah, I was
suggested he did
Big
anything
deal.
without consent. Apparently, he can hug Santa Raven all day. And oh, message retracted. Too bad. Too late. I saw it. Really, all of the accusations, I have not seen one single. I mean, this is assuming it's all true. I've not seen one single accusation that was something that would be illegal. Like it was basically, yeah, he kissed me and hugged me and I didn't like it and I told him to stop and he stopped.
Yeah, I was gonna say it'd be one thing if he was like grabbing him by the ass and shit like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's this whole thing about he touched my inner thigh or something, and it's like, did you tell him to stop? Like, nowhere in the story did they say, and I told him to stop and he kept doing it. I was like, no, it's like I guess he asked someone to his hotel room, she went, it got uncomfortable, she left. He let her leave. Nothing happened. It's like, okay, what the hell are you people
Why'd
talking
you go to the hotel room?
He invited
that'd
her
be my
to
question.
quote unquote watch a video, which, duh, like, he's inviting you to have sex. That is clear. I mean, to an adult human being, that should be obvious. Or, I mean, if,
Oh, sorry, I was laughing at Santa Raven. They retracted the message already.
okay, yes, no, it's a warlock hunt.
I was like, gonna miss it. But yeah, no, I'm like, yeah, it's this like, yeah, it is like a wolf hunt sort of thing because it's like, why go and do something if you're just gonna regret it 20 minutes later?
Yeah.
Or just leave it at that, you know?
Or if you truly just want to go watch a video, just say, okay, that's fine, we'll go watch a video, but just so you know, we're not going to have sex.
We're watching a video.
I mean, just be honest and be like, look, I think you're a great guy. If you want to invite me to come watch the video, that's fine. We're not going to sleep together. Just to make that clear, you know. If you want, or when he starts to make advances, say, look, I don't like you that, whatever. Which it sounds like they eventually did, and he just, yeah, and so he stopped. It's like, oh my God, a guy who respects women, and when they tell him to stop, he stops. Whoa. Yeah, kill that guy. I mean, so, yeah, so he was fired from jobs, basically blacklisted from the industry, can never get work as a voice actor again, potentially, you know, if they had their way, disinvited from cons, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, Santa Ray, perfect suggestion. Just say, I have a penis, and he will stop. There you go. That's all the girls had to say.
Yeah,
so,
man.
Anyway,
Oh, man.
so on top of all that, none of this has any proof. There's absolutely no proof of anything. So,
well, usually it's always just rumor talk and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. And frankly, all of these big, long sob stories, even if they were true, none of them were anything illegal. Maybe, I mean, basically the worst you can say is if they're true, he's a little bit of a horn dog, you know, womanizer. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's like, what was the difference between him and a rock star, you know?
Yeah.
Do they get counted on for it? You know, it's called groupies and stuff for a reason. So, of course, it's going to be like in all sorts of media. It's just, I'm like, stop having to explain to people that you regret something you did years ago and then you didn't even do it in this case. And it's, sorry, I'm like quite a few beers in it, so I'm not going to make much sense.
No, you're making perfect sense. That's exactly right.
The thing is I'm just like, stop fucking blaming people for your life choices.
Yeah.
You know, like you weren't actually fucking raped, so there's nothing to cry about here.
Yeah. In fact, I don't think
there's real, like, it takes away from the, like, what makes me fucking a little bit annoyed with it is it takes away from the people that actually have shit done to them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, and they try to focus all on them, like, oh, here's something that could have happened but didn't happen. Like, what the fuck logic is that?
Right. It's ridiculous. And frankly, yeah, I haven't seen anyone who even said, like, I slept with him and regretted it. It's all people who did not sleep with him, apparently. Or maybe did, but they're not talking about that. They're talking about some other incident where he touched them and they were uncomfortable. Okay. And then they asked him to stop and he stopped. Oh. And?
Well, yeah, and if it was a big issue, why didn't you report it back years ago? Oh,
yeah.
Suppression, I guess, maybe. That'd be the argument.
Oh, because nobody would believe me. Yeah, because you're lying. So, anyway, Elric says that Vic still works for Viz in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4 and Warren Brothers, or is that Warner Brothers? I don't know. He says Warren Brothers. Haven't fired him. So that's good. So yeah, so here's what happened.
Like, Raven says they have proof that I'm a fake Australian. That's a good one.
Yes, I'd like to see the receipts, please.
That's gold. I'd like to know that too.
I'm a fake Australian, but I freely admit that. So what happened next was, I don't know exactly how this happened. I might have missed a live chat or a live stream somewhere. But basically, Nick Rekieta, who is sort of the
Yeah, I've seen a few
self-appointed
of his streams.
lawyer of ComicsGate. Yellow Flash had a good vid today stating it may have been a move done by one of the chicks to snuff out the flame. Didn't work, obviously. Okay. Anyway, so Nick...
Oh, wait, quickly. Eagle says, but Ryzie has video with kangaroos. Exactly. See, Raven? But yeah, sorry, what was Rick doing?
Nick Ricada started a GoFundMe, which let's take a look at it here. Well, I'll have to wait. Do I have it here somewhere? Anyway.
I would try to screen share, but I'll drop out if I do that.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
I've got to update this computer.
Let's see. Go fund me. So he started a GoFundMe, which anyone who has extra income, Watermelon Platypus, I'm sure he's probably already donated to it. Did he pass out? I'm guessing.
I'm not sure.
How do I? Here we go. Let's see. Vic Mignogna. Vic Mignogna. Here we go. All right.
So don't ask me how to spell, man.
Yeah.
I use the spell check thing so often. Without that, I'd be useless.
You'll see the chat twice, but that's all right. All right. Wow. So Nick Ricada of Ricada Law started this to basically fund him suing people for defamation and excuse me, for defamation and how did he put it? Tortious interference of business and of a business enterprise or something like that.
So wait, so who's suing who?
Vic potentially is going to be suing people and or companies that that have defamed him and oh, here.
Does really anyone?
Let me hide this so you can...
We might. I mean, this is the first time I've seen Vic's face or even heard his name.
Yeah.
Why is he? How could people be defaming him? What's it doing?
Well, I mean, it's people who know him.
Oh, this is the Vic from. Sorry, I'm really drunk and I'm trying to say.
Right. This is the guy we were just talking about.
I thought he was. You were showing me someone that was going to be like suing ComicsGate or something. I'm like, how's he going to do that?
No. So this guy Nick Ricada,
I know Nick Ricada. That's why when you said, I thought you said that Nick Ricada was. In my head, I thought Nick Ricada was going to be having a lawsuit against this guy.
No.
And I'm like, wait, yeah, I fell way off topic there. Sorry,
that's
bro.
All right. He started the GoFundMe for Vic. So this money's all going to Vic, so that basically to help him pay for any potential lawsuits.
Sorry, I just want to quickly say to Never Cold. Every time I hear the name Vic, I think of Vic Mackey from The Shield. That's why I keep getting confused. Like my brain keeps falling off the subject there.
That's right. So here's the thing. He says right on here, I am not representing Vic in a legal capacity. I am aware of the team who is and will coordinate this fund to pay for Vic's legal fees. Let me see.
So he's just basically help raising the funds to send to lawyers.
And basically if he doesn't spend it, I mean if he doesn't spend any of it or some of it, Vic has already announced he will donate whatever's left over to the Salvation Army, I believe. And so, yeah, this is, I guess he's been removed from Rooster Teeth and Funimation and disinvited from several conventions, which of course hurts his career, hurts his income. But the funny thing is, Nick says right in here that he is not Vic's lawyer. He's not representing him in any way. So he doesn't know directly any specific legal actions that he has taken or is going to take. He's said that over and over, and so he says, and Nick has done a lot of live streams suggesting what he would do and saying what Vic should do as far as who he should sue and for what and why. But he's never said this is happening. He said, this is what I would, this is what I would do, or this is what, without saying, I'm sure he said over and over, I cannot give anyone any legal advice, but this is what he should do. As far as suing for defamation, and I want to get it right because there's two different types, but tortious interference of business prospects, basically.
Well, we're not lawyers, so we're not
right.
Get it out every time. But so
the funny thing was,
is he actually like going against these people? Like, so what happens if like he doesn't sue? Like,
what happens to this money
that people donate? Yeah, what does that happen?
He's donating it to the Salvation Army.
Ah, all right.
And as Never Cold says, the SJW said the Salvation Army is anti-LGBTQRSTUV WXYZ, so he's homophobic. You forgot the I, bigot. Goddamn Never Cold, such a bigot.
Anytime someone bloody tries to do something good, like, there'll always be someone out there that you go, yeah, no, this is why they're doing it.
Yeah, so I mean, he's stated every stream he cannot give legal advice to anyone who's not his client. Nick has. He said, I don't know directly of anything that Vic is or isn't doing as far as legal steps. But this guy gets on. I guess I must have missed the Twitter back and forth, but I guess he invited this guy on tonight, sort of completely just impromptu. Who has stated that he is a friend of Vic's and that he can't sue for that or something, or that it's stupid, and that basically all this stuff. So basically all of these SJWs are fucking panicking because they know goddamn well that they're in for a shitstorm, essentially, that they did exactly what they're accused of, or they're hopefully going to be accused of in court, and that they're screwed because Nick's a lawyer and he's seen what's happened, and he said, look, obviously you can't tell exactly what any given jury's going to do, but Vic definitely has multiple cases. Never Cold, I wish that too.
Getting ripped on for anything then.
Yeah, so they're panicking, and this quote-unquote friend of his came on tonight to tell Nick, well, he can't sue for tortious interference because there wasn't any specific contract, or the people saying this didn't know about any specific contract. He's like, no, that's the other type of tortious interference of a specific contract. And he tried to explain that to the guy, and he didn't understand. There's a different thing that you can sue people for. And then the guy said, well, here's my plan to rehabilitate Nick's career. He's going to basically take 3 to 6 months off to seek counseling, which I guess he said he's going to do, which I don't know why he would. Hey Brad, how's it going? And then
Brad.
He's going to invite him to all these cons and put all these strict rules on him about not touching people and blah blah blah. And it's basically like, so essentially what you're saying is he should admit to doing all the bullshit that he's being accused of. Like, he hasn't admitted that, and he shouldn't. But his friend is saying, oh yeah, I'm sure he believes it all, and that he should just admit to it and say, I've changed, Like go to rehab and rehab from.
Then they'll just stitch him up against the wall more if they
Oh yeah,
he admits to any of this shit. Especially, why
definitely.
would you admit to something that's bullshit? Sorry.
No, that's all right. You can swear.
I hope she thinks
I wouldn't. I
not
wouldn't.
good.
I hope that Vic doesn't. But yeah, the guy got on because they're panicking. He basically said, no, 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 he shouldn't sue anyone. He shouldn't sue anyone. We should all just let this quiet down, and in 3 or 6 months, he'll be reinvited to this, that, all these cons and all this stuff. And of course, everyone was thinking, okay, these women who were out there accusing them of all this shit, do you really think they're going to be okay with him just saying, I've changed, we're going to go back to normal? I'm going to follow all these rules and blah, blah, blah. Like, no, they're not. They're not going to be okay with that. There we go. So,
Yeah,
it sounds like a terrible plan. And it won't work. And hopefully, he won't listen to that advice. Because it's stupid. It's extremely stupid. Oh, let me put this back on the screen so anywhere else can see it.
Yeah, it seems like it's like anyone in the bloody spotlight is usually getting attacked every day.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. So anyway, it was kind of hilarious, but kind of sad.
That's why, like, that's how they plan on like building up their Twitter accounts. It's by saying, "at this person did this to me,"
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, this.
I don't know. I've tried to figure out why these bloody SJWs, how they get their dopamine hits. I'm like, it makes no sense. I'm like, because eventually you're going to run out of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can only move on to the next thing so often.
Yeah.
Like, when you kill everything, there will be nothing left. What will you feed on then? It's like the zombies, like Walking Dead.
Yeah.
It's like, if they consume everything, what happens to them then? They're pretty much left.
Yeah, and I felt, I wasn't directly involved in Gamergate, but I basically was starting my game company right at the height of it in 2015. And it felt like essentially we won, quote unquote, because the game industry wasn't really affected immediately, and the industry kept growing. People kept coming out with whatever games they wanted to. But now, like, over the last couple years, it's finally sort of affecting it, because I think the industry was a bit too big to sort of turn on a dime. So it took several years, but now we're seeing the effects. So for the first time in like at least 20 years, it's projecting that 2019 will be the first year in about 20 years that the game industry will actually shrink, and yeah, sales will actually go down, because
well, that's the thing. They think it's gonna last forever. It's like they really think that they can just suck on something for so long and it's never gonna run out. It's like, no, you keep shitting on it, and eventually it'll die. Yeah. It's just what happens. I'm sorry, love, but it's the way the world works.
Mm-hmm.
It's evolution. People will adapt and find something new.
Right, right. And, with comics, the comics industry is, let me think about this. No, it's the comics industry is about 1/100th the size of the games industry, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like a marginal number. Like, it's so small, it doesn't even compare into gaming.
Right, right. So with ComicsGate, I mean, well, really, I guess I won't say before, because there were definitely people, Captain Cummings and Doug Ernst and several other people who've been talking about this longer than anyone else. But with ComicsGate, it affected the industry. Like I said, it's 100th the size of the games industry, and it's effectively going to have killed the comic book industry inside 5 years. Like, I mean, comic book sales started dropping in 2016, and they don't have very far to fall. That's the problem.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like they're gonna hit it more, but
yeah, I mean they've been going down by like 7 or 8% a year, and that's killing all of the local comic book shops so fast. It's ridiculous how fast. And it's just, yeah, the problem is that we didn't see it at all in the game industry because, big top AAA games take like 3 or 4 years to make. So like if you've already got something in the pipeline, you don't have time you don't have time to insert all of the far left extremist politics in it.
No, it's got to happen. Yeah, it can't happen overnight. It's not, at least not as quick.
Yeah, it's a huge ship. It can't turn that fast. But yeah, finally 2019 we're seeing sales drop finally, which is bad, of course. I don't want that to happen, but yeah, because we're seeing all these games
it's going to happen with everything. All forms of entertainment are pretty much dying because of these bloody crazy SJWs, and they're just burning it all down.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that what they don't get is people will either just move on with their own lives, or they'll adapt, or they'll make their own things, and there'll be nothing that they can do about it because people will just not give them money.
Mm-hmm.
They'll cut their losses and move on. That's what I've done with a few things. I'm like, I just cut my losses and I move on. I'm like, well, that was a bad investment. It's time to move on from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, what's great, I guess, is about comics is that I guess the current metaphor is the industry is basically the Titanic, and ComicsGate is on the lifeboats. I think. Well, I know that like Ethan has completely moved on and said, no, I can't, I would have liked to save the comic book industry, but it's beyond saving. So they're doing their own thing. I mean, they're creating their own comic book industry, and they're letting the Titanic sink, and they're like, well, we tried to tell them, but, nothing we can do, so we're just going to get in our lifeboat and do our own thing.
So, man, like everyone should do their own thing. If someone's upset with something, just move on.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to like bloody do everything else that everyone else does, but yes, whatever like floats your own boat, whatever gets you through the day, do that.
Mm-hmm.
But just don't burn anyone else down along with you. So just, that's the best thing to do, I think.
Yeah, definitely. So I think that's a good plan. I think they'll continue to do great, and I think Marvel and DC, it sounds like, I assume, will eventually just get out of making comics. I mean, I assume that they're just Disney's probably just gonna concentrate on the movies until they kill those.
Well, they'll probably become like a licensing company or some shit.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, they've licensed stuff to like IDW, which is totally fucked up all kinds of IPs.
Yeah, I was like, all right,
so
bloody idiot.
Yeah, I mean,
makes a lot of sense to trade over your characters to another company, and like that just tells the fans and also everyone else that you don't have faith in people that work for you to launch these books.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't know about you. I'm probably going to watch what's it called? Captain Marvel one way or another, but I'm definitely not going to see it in the theater. There's no way.
Oh yeah, like I said, like eventually, I mean, I can't predict the future, but yeah, in a year or something, like, I'm not going to go out of my way to try to see what happens, but I know that it'll either be on Netflix or I'll be drunk at a friend's house one night and they'll have that playing. And I'm like, yeah, all right, I'll sit through it just because I'm like, the only thing that'll matter is, to tell you the truth, I might not even do it because by the end of it, like, as soon as a week afterwards, the movie's going to be spoiled to the shithouse. The internet will tell me what I was actually looking forward with questions. I've got no interest in seeing it because I've got like 90% thought how it's going to go down, and like I don't rightfully fucking care, to tell you the truth. I'm like, it's just going to be shit. It's going to be a complete shit fest, and
Well,
so's Endgame.
Raven's excited for it.
As hard as it is to say.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Raven's excited for it apparently.
I'll bet Raven's bloody excited for it.
What the hell happened to Watermelon Platypus? He's gone.
Is he still in the chat? You still in the chat, Watermelon?
I don't know. Maybe when I mentioned his name, he's going to be like, I'm still here. I'm coming. I'm on my way.
Might still be trying to start his computer up. You never know.
Yeah.
Sometimes mine does that. Piece of shit. So I'm like, I've got the money to update it at the moment. I've just got to go somewhere that I trust to get one.
So, is that true? Brad Noble says Brie Larson was rushed to the hospital after the Oscars? I didn't hear about that.
I don't know.
Let's see.
But either way, that's funny. I'm joking. Tap wood. I tapped wood, so yeah. I'm good with the Karma Police, at least. Real Karma Police, not SJW Police.
I don't see anything about that, so I don't know if that's bullshit or not. Oh God. Yes, it's a joke. She sprained her face smiling, apparently. That's why she was rushed to the hospital.
Well, she was. Oh no.
I think he's joking. Anyway.
No, I took it serious just because.
I know.
Oh, wait, what? I thought like she smiled and then hit her face or something. That's how I heard it in my head. Like, that would suck. But I looked at home and I was like, is there footage of that?
Yeah, really? Yeah, I want to see that. What was I gonna say?
Like,
I liked her.
Could you imagine the memes possibilities of that? Like, she finally smiles and then she falls over and knocks herself out.
Oh God.
Like, that's why she didn't smile, because it was against her health.
Yeah. If there's video of her falling on her face, it's like Brie Larson gives live demonstration of the ticket sales for
Yeah, exactly.
for Captain Marvel. I actually liked her in what's it called? Shit.
What happened in that?
What was the movie?
21 Jump
Scott
Street,
Pilgrim. Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh, I don't remember in that one. That's the thing.
She was. Do you remember that
I
movie?
only ever watched that once. Yeah, I do to a degree, but like, I'm pretty sure I was either drunk or hungover when I watched it.
Yeah, she was like the ex-girlfriend. I think they called her Envy. She was blonde, and she was dating ex-boyfriend number 3. So.
Oh, vaguely, yeah.
Yeah. Let me see if I can. Let me think here. Brie Larson, Scott Pilgrim. I love that movie. Yeah, she was in a band called Clash at Demon Head. See, I thought that was a good role for her. Can I just share? Yeah, there we go. I'll share that. Oops. That was a good role for her, I thought.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that movie. Imagine
Yeah,
that.
it definitely suits him.
Yeah, I mean, it's brooding,
Oh
and
man,
she didn't
I
smile the
laughed
whole
my
time.
ass off with Chris Evans in there. So,
Yeah.
so, yo, this is your new boyfriend. He throws halfway across his lips. What's up? Just laugh my guts up. Like, what a douche. But it's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's Superman in there too.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh shoot,
Superman
you can't
Returns.
see.
Superman.
Damn it! I'll have to move the. Here, wait a second. The chat should really be on the right anyway. It's really disrespectful to have the chat have the chat be on the left, because that's just wrong.
Yeah, straight up.
But yeah. So that was Brie Larson, and I loved her her boyfriend, or yeah, what was his name? What's the actor's name? Not him. It was this
That
guy,
was
the guy who played Superman.
Brandon
Ruth.
Brandon something. I think yeah.
Yeah, Brandon Ruth. Yeah, he was.
He plays the Atom on Legends.
Yeah, I like him on that too. He's really dorky. But he was.
Cracks me up as a moron.
Yeah. He's a vegan.
Oh, we got Tank Raven in the chat. What? Howdy, Tank Ferrett. I said Tank Raven. I meant to say Tank Ferrett.
Oh, hey, Tank Ferrett. How's it going? I have 2 ferrets.
Tank, there's a link in the chat. Tank Ferret's an amazing artist, if you don't know. He's bloody... Yeah, he's awesome. Like, we don't see him around as much anymore, but yeah, it's in the chat. You just scroll up, Tank, and you can get on. If you can, like, you never know. Like, he's sometimes, like, computer is messing up as well.
Yeah.
Has the same issues as me. And I think that's what, like, my Super was having as well. You never, like, whenever you want your technology to work, it's not going to work for you.
Yeah, of course. The only reason I started this stream is because Watermelon Platypus asked me to. And then something went wrong with his computer, so now it's a Ryzie chat. I'll have to change the description.
No, well, I'm glad that you let me on, bro. It's cool to hang out and have a drink in the chat.
Yeah, no problem.
I haven't.
I
mean, otherwise I'd just be watching like sexy Asian girls singing songs on YouTube that I don't know what they're singing about. I found this new one where they're like, taxi, taxi driver. Like, that's awesome.
I wonder if I can I show footage without, maybe if I turn off the sound?
I don't know if you can show footage because it's a movie.
Well,
so you might get...
But just like a clip or something, I mean, that's already up on YouTube.
I don't know. But if it's already... Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, the person that uploads it could strike you. I think. I don't know how it works exactly.
I'll turn off.
Oh, vegan place. I remember that.
Make sure it's... let's see. Oh, this is... Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I wonder how that'll... Oh yeah, that showed up on the screen pretty well. But yeah, that's Brie Larson's boyfriend in Scott Pilgrim. So.
Yeah, no, I remember it now.
Yeah. But anyway, the Al Gore rhythms will get you. Do I have to pause it? No. Well, I mean, it's only a few minutes. I guess we'll see. You've been flagged. Let's...
I hope not.
We'll zoom ahead. We'll see. No, but I've seen people do trailers and stuff.
I was going to chuck a quick leak, man, because I'm like busting. And I've been trying to hold it, but yeah, I got to go like right now. It's going to take me 2 seconds.
Alright, no problem. I guess I'll, yeah. Yeah, I like when he's like, gelato's not vegan? It's eggs and milk, bitch. That's great. And then the sagging hair. It's funny to watch. I mean, not this one. Well, maybe this movie. Like movies just from a few years ago, I feel like people would have severe problems with SAG today, and especially like movies from the '80s and stuff. Yeah, there's too many white people in that movie. Can't believe it. he headbutts him so hard he popped. Well, anyway. Oops. Let's see. How do I get out of that? Okay, we're back.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, that's all right. No problem. I realized I haven't taken a drink of my Jack Daniels. Let's see. I guess I'll leave my mic on so you can
Smash it back,
hear
brother.
it. Good stuff.
Little taste of home. That's what me and my mates used to say after every shot. Like, because we just used to love watching Predator every time. Like, sometimes we get drunk. We just watch Predator get drunk. And then we'd set, like, all the shots when that guy does it. I can't remember who it was.
Yeah.
It's been so long. Damn, I forget about that stuff.
This is a little taste of home because it's Tennessee whiskey. And
that's what I mean. Like, that's what, like, it cracked me up when you were drinking Jack's. I was like, hell yeah, man. I was like, that's what we used to have on the bottle. I mean, on the bottle, on the table. The bottle we'd have on the table.
Did you have this single barrel, or do you usually have like Gentleman Jack, or just
back
Jack Daniels?
When we were like just grabbing stuff, like we're grabbing just no, it was just called Jack Daniels. Like there was, it took a while before we got some of the special ones in the bottle that we used.
Yeah, this is the good stuff, the expensive stuff. I don't drink very often, so when I do, I usually have the best I can find. All right, Never Cold's taken off, or he's just leaving the chat. So cool. Good to see you, man.
Never Cold. Wait, is he going to sleep or going to work?
He's going to sleep.
Oh yeah, as I fall asleep. Sorry, my eyesight's going as I'm reading it drunk off my phone.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, Never Cold. Good night, bro.
Enjoy your sleep. So, anyway, yeah,
Yo, Tank.
Hey, what's
How's
up,
it going?
It's going okay.
Hey there.
Things are turning around. Hey, Marsupial Gamer, how you doing, man? Thanks for having me on.
Good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Getting some work done. Just wrapping up for the day.
Cool.
Yeah, Tank's the creator of an awesome character called Scalpel Zero. Or Scalpel. Damn it, I always feel like I've said it wrong. I think I said it right the first time. But Scalpel Zero. She's like awesome steampunk.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, God. Yeah, cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk, damn it. Sorry.
You're good, man.
That's
I'm
cool.
So wasted. I got the words mixed up.
But yeah, no, I got a little artwork here that I'm working on right now. This is for a story I'm working on called Chicken Noodle Soup.
Can you pull it back a little? It's a little bit. Hold on one second. Let me.
Camera quality's garbage, so I apologize.
Oh, that's all right. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, Tank is an amazing artist, man.
It's a cyberpunk zombie horror comedy.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, kind of fun getting into some of the detail in the background here.
Yeah. Oh, did you freeze up? Oh, there it goes.
Oh. Yeah, I have terrible internet. I apologize.
Still got it.
Right.
I was just saying before you got in here though, I was like, Tank has the same issues as me. Sometimes his stuff can work perfectly, and then other times you'll drop out for no bloody reason. I'm like, I have the same problems, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, sometimes I'm like, if I update my computer, I'm like, is it my internet running it that's bad, or is it my computer? which I know there's about 90% chance it's the computer, but yeah, it's just you can't always control the way the weather's gonna go because that can affect your internet and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, they're working in my area. They're working on a major project to run hard lines out from the central cities to the outlying coastal towns because the mountaintop relays just are not 100% reliable. It's I live in northern Oregon. We notoriously have inclement weather.
Yeah.
And that's Tuesday.
Well, we've got decent stuff in Tempe. Obviously, we don't have very inclement weather. we don't have bad weather very often, but you know, it's strange because I like during the day, my downloads get ridiculous. Like I can't. Sometimes I can't even watch a video or anything on YouTube or whatever. But upload is always super fast. So I can always stream pretty well. But I guess I got a lot of people on my cable, a lot of people in our apartment complex, and it must be in the same cable, so I guess that's the problem. Raven?
Yeah, I understand that. I have a Brady bunch of children, and 5 out of 6 of them are electronically connected to the internet.
And I say they're probably playing video games as well online.
Video games, educational stuff, their entertainment and education are mostly
Everything's
derived
online
from the
now.
internet. Yeah, seriously. I mean, I cannot believe that every time I have to shove money in their hand and kick them out the door.
Yep.
My parents, when I was their age, my parents said, "Hey, here's $20, get out of the house." That sentence would not be finished, and that door would be closing.
Exactly. It was like,
It
oh, I
would be
could
like
go
Back
do
to
all
the
this
Future, just
stuff.
flaming footsteps.
Yeah, I couldn't wait to get out. I seriously contemplated dropping out of college so that I could get a job because I just really wanted to work, but ended up finishing. Got to get that piece of paper so I could get a better job. So
Yeah,
but yeah,
I dropped out of college and went into the army.
Sorry, say that again.
But I shot out of college and went into the army.
Oh, okay.
I did
Wow.
that. I dropped out of college and got a job
Hmm.
because I was working beforehand, but there was I worked in I did tile and framing, and housing boom that existed in my area right off. So works. It's like, geez, I make really good money. I only need to work like once or twice a week, a couple days a week, and I can actually provide for a week or two. But work was starting to become far and few in between. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do something fun. I want to do something I actually want to do. So I went to college and I started studying physical sciences, majoring in oceanography.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to joke my all up because I got into like hanging out and going to parties. And I was like seriously blowing off classes, only showing up for the big lectures, any big event that was important. I was there. Other than that, I wasn't at class.
Mm-hmm.
And I was still getting a 3.76 GPA. But I was like, man, I'm on a spiral here. So I went and joined the Army in the year 2000.
Wow.
In the year 2000.
2000. You said that. But damn it. I know that song is so long, and yet somehow that's come back.
Yeah.
2000.
Yeah, if I
it's-
dropped out, it would have been in 1998, I think. So.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I was in college for a couple of years, and yeah, like I said, I had a major in physical sciences, but a minor in just like sabotaging myself.
Very cool.
And I was getting good grades all around. I actually got one F and that was an art.
Well, that's all right. I'm a programmer. My 1F in college was in assembly programming.
Okay.
I was so bad at it.
Yeah.
So bad. Plus, I couldn't understand a word my teacher said. I think he was Indian. He had a ridiculously impossible to understand accent.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
But yeah, my girlfriend actually dropped out of high school, and she ended up getting a GED and taught herself programming, became a software engineer, and became one of the youngest chief technology officers in Silicon Valley.
Wow.
By the time she was 25, something like that, 26,
Wow.
maybe 25.
Damn.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Impressive.
So yeah, incredibly intelligent.
That's downright impressive.
Yeah. I mean, high school dropout, never went to college, taught herself programming, ended up essentially running a company. I mean, she pretty much ran a startup company that, she wasn't the CEO, but she pretty much did everything. So, I know, Raven.
Awesome.
I always, no matter what the conversation is, I always steer it towards her.
Well, it just means you're in love.
That's
Bloody hell, Raven. Don't bust his balls for it.
Yeah. Her name's Peach. She was literally named after Princess Peach from Mario.
Uh-huh.
So, that is her real name. And she's a programmer.
That's some serious nerd cred.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like my name is it's
Oh.
I'm not
I think we're losing you.
backwards.
I think we lost you there, Tank.
Can you
Can
hear
you still there?
Did I get attacked by robots?
Yeah, go ahead. Just say that again. We totally missed it.
Oh, I was like, yeah, no, seriously, no, honestly, my name is Peach. So,
I know it's so,
Queen of nerds.
she does find some occasionally she gets, is that your real name? And she finds that rather rude. People ask her if it's her real
Yeah.
name. She's like, yeah, it's my real name. She's like, I'm not a
Hey,
stripper.
Mastuple, I don't know if you've heard of LL Cool P, but he just sent me a message asking what am I doing? Do you want me to send him a link?
Sure.
He's a gamer and he's a creator of Avani
Sure.
and Niobe Comics. All right, I'll send him a message and ask if he wants to jump on.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
Because he's a cool dude, man. He's Canadian. But,
Okay.
well, I know you America's back far, but don't hold that against him. He's a cool dude.
No, I actually know a few people from Canada. I follow an awesome Twitch streamer named Chublima.
He does a lot of cool, like he promotes everyone on his streams, and like he does awesome wrestling game streams too. I don't know if you've seen any of them, Tank, but me and Booster Gold actually had a match in his universe.
Oh yeah,
like in the wrestling universe. Yeah, that
I
was
didn't see that one. No, I've been
cool.
totally unplugged.
Oh yeah, like it's just it was hilarious.
But I've seen that before, and I absolutely love that kind of stuff. I love those wrestling games too. They're just so much fun. I
forgot
got
how
introduced
much
to those in Iraq.
They were, right?
Oh, dude. Nothing beats coming off of 12 hours of patrol under enemy contact, finally getting to the tag team 3-way ultimate cash.
They got 4-on-4 matches now.
Yeah, cash and was it the cash in the briefcase or whatever
Cash
it was?
in the bank.
Cash in the bank match between the tag teams were Goku and Vegeta versus Ryu and Ken versus the Tick and Arthur.
I love it.
And creation, because you can make like anything you want to make. You could make it, and I love that. That's top notch. See, every RPG, every game in the world needs to look at the wrestling game character creation and like start learning from it.
Like, so many people create things now, and then they import it, and then like people can just upload them, like, and then they download them to their world.
Yeah, some people do some really good jobs. Like they're really tweaking the parameters of the
what
engine.
you can do in there. I'm like, it's brilliant. Like, oh, and he made Skunk Girl on there as well.
Oh, that is so cool! I have to watch the stream.
Oh well, he's here now. This is LL Cool P Gamer, and this is Tank Fact.
Oh, I'm familiar with these gentlemen. What's going on?
You might be.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Probably because I kept saying LL Cool P.
You know, I just got off of work and I was just messaging Ryzie like, hey, what's up? He's like, I'm live on a stream. Do you want to come by? I'm like, who are we visiting? He's like, Marsupial Gamer. I'm like, absolutely.
Yeah, awesome. Thank Watermelon Platypus, even though he disappeared.
We got Tank Ferrett, man. I haven't seen Tank. Tank's been in and out of action, man. How you doing, Tank?
Yeah, I'm okay. I had to go deal with some stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm back in the game, so
there you go. Back in the game.
Yeah, getting some artwork done.
In the saddle again. Wait,
that's right. Classic Aerosmith song.
That's what you do. When you find yourself face deep in the mud, you just pick yourself up by the boots and get yourself out of there.
So what are you guys up to? What's the topic of discussion?
You name it.
It was like I joined, like I was in the chat, and he said it was a drink stream, and then like I walked away for a little bit to go talk to my brothers, and then I come back and Gamer's like, yeah, anyone can come on. I'm like, oh, well, hell yeah, bro, I'll come on if my computer will let me.
Yeah, we were talking a bit about Vic Mignogna and Nick Recada's live stream last night.
Oh my god, did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it yet, but I was like, yeah.
So I'm at work, right? I actually got home, Ryzie. The storm wasn't that bad this morning, so I went home. So I'm home now. But I'm at work, and I'm watching this thing, and I'm like, can this be any further of a train wreck? The guy that he brought on to debate Nick, man, oh man, he was grasping at a lot of straws, wasn't he? And he was like all over the place. And I didn't even watch the whole thing. I watched about 30 minutes of it. And I had seen enough. I knew, where this was all going. What do you guys think of it?
Well, I haven't seen it yet, so I'm gonna have to watch it tomorrow or something. Because if I watch it tonight, I'm already had a few drinks. I did tell you this before offline. I was like, next time we talk, I'll probably be drunk.
Well, you did say that to me, yes.
Did you see it at all, Tank?
No, I haven't seen it yet. I'm out of totally the loop. I've just started looking into that, and that scenario, it's just since I'm out of the loop and I'm looking into it, and and I have all these wonderful lists that people have compiled of quote unquote evidence, and the debunking lists, the arguments, counter arguments.
Well, this guy,
all this.
I guess he's supposedly a friend of Vic's. I saw like the last half. Okay. And I saw the last half, and it sounded like essentially he was saying, "Oh no, he shouldn't do all these lawsuits. What he should do is essentially admit to everything that people are accusing him of, do this therapy or what have you, and then come back all rehabilitated and changed, and everyone will forgive him." And it sounded like total bullshit.
That is so. All right, look, I specialize in dystopian fiction, and I'm not trying to brag or nothing like that, but Ryzie's right. Scalpel Zero story is gonna be awesome. Because I talk about that. I showed this kind of nonsense, this rehabilitation stuff. That's Nazi talk, dude.
Well, they just want to admit, they want him to admit that he's guilty, right? That's the thing.
Oh no, that too. It's like It's like, welcome to the Inquisition.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, you're guilty. You're going to admit it. We're going to apply the modern day version of thumb screws by destroying your career. We're going to turn you
This-
into a pauper, a pariah.
This guy that they had on, that Nick had on, who in the hell is he? Like, just some dude from the net, because that's what it said on the title. Just some guy from Twitter, you know,
Yeah, random guy.
random guy from Twitter, you know, 3-hour live stream with random guy from Twitter. Like, oh my god.
No, and it looks, I like there's two people I really like to call out that have done real due diligence in their research, and that's Yellow Flash and Dan Fan 29. Huge shout out. Between the two of them, you basically can get the whole skinny, and it's not pretty. This is a personal vendetta against a person who's physically affectionate, and there's no crime against that. These safe space, like, you know, like they claim to be liberal, but liberal means freedom. And you know, if you don't like being touched, just communicate. That's why we have a language. I have friends who don't like being touched, and they have no problem telling people, "Hey, no, dude, don't touch me."
Preach it,
You
man.
know, dude, you know, hey, they don't. I have a friend who doesn't like to get touched by girls that aren't his girlfriend. To him, it's kind of a creep factor thing, and I'm like, I kind of joke at him. I like, because it's kind of like, that's normally like a female reaction, but it's a perfectly valid reaction to like not want to be touched. That's fine. You communicate that. Like, dude, don't touch me. I don't like that. And you don't fester on it for years if that's the case, because I haven't seen any wrongdoing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at this man's crime. The man's crime is hugging a fan or fans at a convention. If that's capital crime, like, I'm scared of the world we live in now. If that's like what we consider to be a fucking crime.
Oh, it's anthrophobia. Anthro meaning man. It's a fear of men. Fear of masculinity. Fear because masculinity is associated with violence, and that's unjustly so. But that's a social perception that we do have. And it's not Star Trek Troopers up in here. It's not violence is the rule. But life does have moments of violence, whether they're ethical. That's part of life, man. Welcome to the food chain.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. I mean, that's what I was saying earlier.
Fear of that, though. They're cowards. They're wimpy little tiny people.
And I was saying earlier, even if everything that was said is true, which there's been no proof of, I didn't see anything that was anything. I haven't seen anything that seemed more than him just liking the ladies. And frankly, every story seems to end with, I told him to stop, I wanted to leave, and he stopped, and I left. It's like, oh, and? So what are you accusing him of?
Well, I mean, if you're gonna bastardize someone online like the way they have, I would like to see criminal charges brought forth. If you're gonna accuse this man of something serious, then charge him. Otherwise, be quiet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
and I haven't even seen anything nobody's described anything that's seemed to me to be remotely illegal.
That's what I said earlier. I was like, if they didn't actually do anything and then they've come back crying years later, what are they complaining about? Like, nothing happened.
Yeah.
You got some activity.
Oh, yeah.
You got Brad Noble in the chat. You got Eagle83 in the chat. All these cats are saying something. You got Santa Raven here in the chat.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Hail
Say,
Raven.
don't hug me. Hail Raven. Say, don't hug me is a good start to Brad Noble. He says, one clown, Shu hated the hugging, and then the other 999 billion didn't care.
And
Right.
also, I just forgot until like, sorry to change subject quickly, but I forgot why I missed you so much, Tank. You were my first online Raven, Cult of Raven brother.
I got back into the cult in the
Yeah.
early days.
Exactly. I'm like,
I got a confession to make. I got a message from some guy. He asked me if I was Raven or Starfire, and I had no idea how to answer because I had no idea what he was asking me. And I was like, I said Starfire, and then apparently 20 people told me I answered wrong.
I told you.
You absolutely did.
Wrong.
Right? I never heard back from the fella either. It's just like,
yeah, that's it.
That was it. Done.
We don't harass people, do we, Tank?
No.
We just ask them
it's
if they
funny.
see the light.
No, I'll do that too. I'll hit up YouTubers and I'll like see if they're paying attention to their chat. If they are, then I'll get them to answer the question. And when they answer, oh, dude, I'll just jump into that group chat and spread the word. Hey, Cult of Raven, come on, show up. We have a Starfire fan, or we have a Raven fan.
Well, I didn't even know what he was asking me. Like, he was asking me about YouTube personalities, like Pope Starfire or something, or he's just talking about like the DC characters. I had no idea what I was being asked. I'm like, yeah, I think Starfire is kind of sexy.
I was so confused too when I first got the DM.
Right?
But like, I was talking to him in the chat earlier that day, and then I got the message when because I didn't used to check my Twitter that often back then. Because I was like, yeah, I got a Twitter, I just don't really use it. And then like, I don't even know if it was the same day, but I got on there. It was like, I read this huge paragraph. I'm like, this is brilliant. I'm like, yeah, I'm down for joining the Cult of Raven. This sounds sick as hell.
Well, Santa Raven says, I respect the women by being incel. And Eagle says, I could have been in the Cult of Raven in the early days. When were the early days? Instead, I ignored and trolled Joshua. And then Raven says, F the Cult of Raven.
Eagle 43's got his own Shadow, the Cult of Shadows.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if we're just making up cults, I want to have the Cult of Niobe.
Yeah.
Boom, there it is.
I'm up for that.
I have the Temple of the Toaster Oven, which is affiliated with the Cult of Raven because Raven endorses the toaster oven. Starfire is lazy and uses the microwave.
Yeah. Pizza reheated's always better in the toaster oven. I do agree with that.
And if I was
toaster
ever
oven.
cult, it would be that Cyclops was right. And they're also affiliated with the Cult of Raven because they're Earthlings and Earth first.
Yeah. Oh, mighty toaster oven, you make the next day pizza nice and crispy. Man.
See, when I'm used to seeing Gamer on, he's always playing Link. This is strange to me that he's not gaming right now. I'm always like, sometimes I'll just watch you. You don't even know I'm there, like a creeper. I just watch you play Link, and I'm like, damn, I want to get this game now. You know?
Should come on and chat.
Oh, I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah. Always, anytime. Even when I'm playing a game.
But you got me interested in this Zelda game. I'm like, damn, I wish I had a Nintendo, you know?
Yeah. Which one? I've kind of been switching back and forth between Breath of the Wild and Wind Waker lately.
Well, you see, I don't know the difference.
What I've been watching is the one with the... Well, I'm guessing to be the one you've been playing lately, like Wind Waker.
Yeah.
Well, there was one you were playing where he had to pretend he was a girl. Which one was that?
That was, Breath of the Wild.
The other one.
Okay.
That was Breath of the Wild. Yeah, that one's awesome. That's on the Switch. I keep hoping they'll port more Zelda games like Twilight Princess or something onto the Switch. That would be awesome.
Well, what speaking of gaming here, because you are a gamer, you run a gaming channel. What other games do you like to play, brother? Like what else do you do?
Well, I like Splatoon. I kind of like, at least in theory, I like the Final Fantasy and Dragon Warrior games, but they're too long. Like I can't seem to get through them.
Have time for them.
Yeah, but definitely Breath of the Wild. I like they came out with Skyrim on Switch. I play a little Skyrim.
So it's like the Nintendo, like kind of like the only thing you game on, or do you have like a Sony or an Xbox or anything?
That's the only console I've got. I've got a Switch and a 3DS and a Wii U. I've got all the Nintendo consoles. I do play PC. I do a lot of Don't Starve on PC.
Never heard of
Oh
that.
man, that just reminded me. I got to do something.
I think Ryzie's got to go eat so he doesn't starve.
Yeah. What else have I? I should bring it up. I actually had it earlier while I was waiting on someone to show up in the stream. But you know, I'm ultimately what I'm doing is just sort of practicing live streaming. Ultimately, I'm not going to be just doing gaming. So I'm definitely involved in ComicsGate, working on actually an app for digital distribution of comics, of indie comics, and hopefully we'll be working on some comic book related games pretty soon. But
that sounds interesting.
the only problem is, you know, when artists do live streams, they can show their work as they're working.
Yeah.
I don't know that showing code would be quite as interesting.
Yeah, I think some people might get lost on that, but probably what they would like to see, you know, is like maybe updates. Like say you've created like, you know, say you're doing, you know, let's just take my character. Say you're doing like a Niobe side scroller game, and you made the 16-bit Niobe or something. You know, people would like to see that sort of stuff. You know.
Oh sure, just like playing a demo or something.
Yeah, you know, have her hop over a few things and, you know, teleport somewhere or something. Is that what you're talking about? More like mobile games? Or are you talking like something a little bigger? Or
potentially, yeah, any platform. I mean, my company does games for consoles and mobile and Windows
nice.
and everything. So cross.
I did not know you worked for a video game company. That's really cool.
I own a video game company.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Started about 4 years ago in Nashville. Actually, it was the first video game company started in Nashville, Tennessee, and
that's pretty awesome.
A couple of years ago, moved to Arizona, moved our headquarters, and yeah, been here ever since.
I got to bring you on for an interview. Just bring you on my channel. We can just talk games and talk about your company and things that you got up. Yeah, you interested in that? We should do that. We'll do it next week sometime.
Yeah, that'd be great. Somehow I managed to become a regular on John Dillard's channel. So
I like John. I think I'm going to be playing Dungeons and Dragons with him on Friday night.
I'm going to be playing with you.
Yeah, I'm going to have my paladin all ready to go. You know.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be a ranger.
Very nice.
Yeah, I got a sneak preview of the map, but I'm going to try and forget everything I saw.
I saw the map as well. You know, I didn't got it or anything, but he was kind of showing me what he was doing, how like, you know, he can lift the fog and show various places of the map and stuff like that. Yeah. I'm in. I'm totally in.
That's cool stuff.
I mean, I'm an old school D&D player from way back in like, you know, 1987, 88, right when first edition turned into second edition. And so I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons and all sorts of other RPG games like ever since. I mean, my character Niobe started off as a Heroes Unlimited character from back in the 90s, you know, like, that's how she came about.
You know what's scary as hell? What I ran off to just go do was to buy Farming Simulator 19 on my brother's computer. Got to do it earlier.
Yeah, JP4's
and
in
it's
the chat.
because I'm playing it with JP4, and I come back and he's in the chat. I'm like, he is in my head. He's put that in my head. The Master Clone Master is, I don't know how he gets in my head, but he's like Hail Ryzie. No, he's put those chips in my head. Damn it.
Oh, see now.
Did I do that pre-consciously, or was I just switched into doing that? I don't know now. This is scaring the hell out of me.
So y'all aren't live though, right? I didn't know if y'all were gonna play Farming Simulator live, or if that's.
Oh no! I just went to go buy it then.
Oh.
I forgot about to do it, and then I was like, I was meant to get my brother to do it when he first got home, but wouldn't have been able to play it tonight anyway because he's home, and it's his computer, and I've still got to get a new one for it.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, like I said, I'm trying to build this channel. I'm trying to get involved and like talk to more comic pros, you know, indie pros. Eventually, get on some of the bigger live streams because I feel like I have quite a bit that I can actually help pros with in terms of making a video game. I mean, I know EVS is very interested in a Cyberfrog video game, and a lot of the smaller creators are probably more interested in the digital distribution of their comics, but eventually the larger guys will be interested in that too. So yeah.
Well, I'm down for any sort of even if it's like a small little side scroller game. I think anyone that makes a comic book would love to see their creations come to life in some sort of video format. Especially in the gaming format. I can't wait to learn more and hear more about some of the things that you do and some of the things that you develop. Man, sounds awesome. And distribution of comic books. I mean, yeah, absolutely. We'd always use more distribution of comic books.
Yeah, and I know there's a lot of competition for that. I know there's a lot of apps out there, obviously, but looking to become sort of I got to release the app first, but hoping that we can sort of become the official ComicsGate distribution app. That would be awesome.
It's a clone farm, Eagle. It's a clone farm. Sorry, I was talking to Eagle in the chat.
I have to call it an evening. I have to get some sleep.
All right, man.
Tank, brother Tank. Hello, Raven. And it was good to talk to you, bro.
Yeah, good talking to you.
I missed you guys.
Yeah, well, I missed seeing you in my chats, but I saw you the other day, and I'm glad you're back, man.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm back. I'm getting back into the groove of things, so I'll be around. Thank you very much for having me.
Oh, Tank, before you go,
yes.
where can people find you?
Oh, yes, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
You should have me on Facebook.
Tank Ferrett Art.
All right, I'm gonna find you on Facebook right now.
Tank Ferrett Art, cool.
That's right. You can find me there, and I'm gotta get my YouTube set up.
All right,
and I'll have that set up there too.
Awesome.
Look at that! I found Tank Ferrett Art. I'm gonna like it right now. Boom.
Thank you much.
Done.
All right, you all have yourselves a wonderful one.
You too, brother.
Thanks. You too.
Good night, brother.
If anybody.
Oh, now I'm looking at his art. I didn't know Tank could draw this. Well, what the hell, man?
Oh yeah, he's great.
Tank. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, when Tank jumped up, I was like, yeah, Tank's one of the best artists in ComicsGate. People just don't know about it,
How come I don't have him draw me like a Niobe? I'm gonna have to fix that.
You do need him to draw you a Niobe.
Oh, I think I do, brother.
I can.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Thanks, Eagle, for putting that in the chat. The Great Fetus on Stream.me.
Eagle is one of the best wrenches out there.
Oh, yeah. Eagle's fantastic. It's asking, what are we talking about? Well, we were talking earlier about Vic Mignogna, anime voice actor. But I actually think I'm probably going to wrap this up now, because I probably should get some sleep, too. If you guys don't mind.
All right. Well, this was fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Too bad I came in on the tail end, but that's okay, man.
Sorry about that.
No, we're gonna get you, over on my show some night, and then we're gonna have at least a good solid hour, maybe hour and 20, and just talk about everything you're up to, man.
Yeah, that sounds great. Why don't you tell people what you're up to?
Well, I do a comic called Niobe, and I do another comic right now called Avani. And I know a lot of people love to see me on Indiegogo, but I've been on Kickstarter building my brand for the last 5 or 6 years. So that's where it is currently. And if anyone is interested, maybe one of the good guys with the wrench can throw down the link if you do want to check it out. We're 20 days left. We are already fully funded, though, so that's pretty cool. It's called Avani Origins #1. It's the story of our villain from Niobe and how she came to be and why she is the way she is. And
how do you spell that?
Avani.
All right, cool. Oh, Ryzie. Oh,
Ryzie's got it taken care of. Maybe, Ryzie, you got a wrentch, brother?
Yeah, I should be able to do it. Hang on, give me a second. Sorry,
unless Eagle gets to it first.
But, other than that, I do a lot of YouTube. I have my channel. I renamed it back to its old name, so now I'm back to being Rebel Comics. It was Niobe Comic, but I got tired of people calling me Niobe. So
yeah.
Sorry about that.
Well, see, I was a little confused because I was like, wait a minute, weren't you Niobe before?
Yeah. Well, my old channel used to be called Rebel Comics. And it was just like, a general comics book channel. And then, I got disgruntled with YouTube like a year and a half ago, and I deleted the channel. And, I always had the Niobe channel just kind of as like a backup to kind of shill my book. But
sure.
everyone keeps calling me Niobe, and it's driving me crazy. And I figure I just rename the channel to Rebel Comics, and it'd be the home of Niobe, and just kind of go from there and rebuild it to what it once was. It was about 500 subs before I dropped it, you know. So I was kind of on my way, halfway to that, you know, magical number of 1,000, and you know, like I said, I got disgruntled and discouraged and gave it all up. And, you know, when I should have put it on private, I didn't. I just deleted it, right? So I lost a lot of cool stuff. But I'm back. So, you know, yeah, search me out, Niobe Comic or Rebel Comics. And I also do a gaming channel called Rebel Gaming.
Okay.
So over on Rebel Gaming, I play a lot of fighter games like, you know, Tekken 7, Street Fighter 5, Soul Calibur 6, soon to be DOA 6. I do a little bit of Overwatch. I do a little bit of wrestling. I do a lot of everything over on my other gaming channel.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about the wrestling earlier.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I've been some personalities on the roster.
Then.
Booster Kiwi's there. Pope Fire's there. Ryzie is there. Your friendly neighborhood ninja's a part of it. Yeah, we got some cats in the ring.
Oh, that's so that's on Rebel Gaming?
Yeah, that's all found on Rebel Gaming. Yeah.
Oh. Somehow missed those. I think I need to unsubscribe from some people so I can see the people that I really want to see, because I know, yeah, I am subscribed to you, so, but I never see you pop up. You're just buried under 50 other channels.
Story of my life, brother.
I'll have to, yeah, I'll have to keep an eye out. Cool. All right, guys. Well, Eagle, man, you are the man. You've posted just about everything, and Lorenzo just popped in just for us to end.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks, Eagle.
Sorry.
Hail Lorenzo.
Hail Lorenzo.
Hail Lorenzo.
Sorry, just got here just at the end.
All right, guys. Well, I will be on later today, probably playing Zelda. So
there you go.
I will catch y'all later.
Take care, all. That's all there is, and there isn't any more.
All right. Thanks, Ryzie.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
See ya.